had you been keeping Rey's secret from the beginning? Did you know about the parentage? Like, tell me about that journey of when you found out.
No. At the beginning, there was toying with like an Obi-Wan connection, and then it really went, there were like different versions, and then it really went to that she was no one. And then it came to episode 9, and JJ pitched me the film and was like, oh yeah, Palpatine's granddaddy. And I was like, awesome. And then 2 weeks later, he was like, oh, we're not sure. So it kept changing. So then even I filming, and I wasn't sure what the answer was going to be.
But this was incredible.
Fuck you!
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies, and I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Liar! Liar!
You know, like I say, I didn't know it was going to be bought by Disney, because this was summer of 2012. Then they announced that Disney had bought Lucasfilm around Halloween, which was October 30th. It was announced, and you know, we didn't know who the director was going to be, and then they announced J.J. Abrams, and it all came out. It was all very, very exciting, and I hope people are happy. It seems like, because in Hollywood, remember, kids, it's not important if it's of high quality, only if it makes money. Now, I don't want to, a good example would be Transformers. And to be completely fair to Michael Bay, I have never seen a Transformers film. I know they're among the highest grossing films in Hollywood history. I saw a trailer, and I'm too old to process that much information. The thing looked like it was edited in the Cuisinart. If you try and count 1,000, 2, 1,000, and it's just mind-boggling. And they're cutting everywhere where you don't know where you are. It's cinema of bewilderment, you know. But what I'm saying is, they keep making. All I'm saying is, I've never met anybody that's my age, or probably even your age, that say, "Oh, I love that movie." You know, most people are disparaging of that particular franchise, but they keep making them because they make huge amounts of money. And oh my God, I just realized this is all on film. But my larger point was, it doesn't matter if it's good as long as it makes money. So because The Force Awakens made a lot of money, I can't be. It's not ergo. It's good.
Well, you're assuming that I train Rey.
Exactly.
Sneaky.
Do I?
Sneaky.
I know I have to be really careful. People say, was it difficult to pick up and wield a lightsaber again? And I go, do I pick up a lightsaber?
Is it difficult acting in this movie? Am
Well,
I in this movie?
I can promise you my part is twice as big as it was in Force Awakens.
Are you bummed that Luke didn't get sort of a reunion with Han Solo?
Absolutely. In fact, when I was reading it, I thought, if Leia's trying to mentally contact me and she's not successful, she'll rush to his aid. She'll get close to him and then get into some dire situation, and that's when I show up for a big yay, save her life. Then we rush to Han and are in the same position that Rey and Finn and Chewie are. Too late to save him, but witnesses. And I say, because it would carry so much emotional resonance into the next film. For us, his wife, his best friend to witness, instead of 2 characters that have known him, 20 minutes?
What's up, all my Ewoks, Tribbles, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and we got a lot of shit to cover. But what do you guys think of my new intro? I'm so proud of myself. I made it. Well, technically it would be would it be considered this morning if I made it at like 2 a.m. my time? Maybe. I was told that I needed an intro. So me hating editing, I put it off for a very long time. And then tonight I was like, oh, insomnia, let me get something done. So I did it. But I'm not talking about the entire intro for this. I'm talking about just, no, let's play it again. Let's play it again.
Go.
So that was the intro. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and where the Death Star is, put like an evil looking Mickey-ish thing. Cough, cough. So that's going to be that. But I hope you guys like it. I actually enjoyed making it as much as I hate editing. But so, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail of this video, we're going to be talking about some insane shit. So yesterday, I was doing about my day, and I was baking some chicken. And while I was baking some chicken, I decided to go on my phone and wait because I had about 18 minutes for it to cook, and my pasta was almost done. So I opened up my phone and used the magical thing, which is the internets. And I went on Google, and I saw the most ridiculous fucking headline I've ever seen in my life, which is how Star Trek Picard explains Dune, a unique take on sci-fi robots. But so that wasn't the exact title. The one that I saw is the one that's linked in this thumbnail, and it is one of those things where it's like, who the hell, who makes these freaking titles for these, for these articles? It says, Dune 2020 will make a lot more sense if you watch Star Trek Picard. It's like, what? What? How on earth will that make what? Dune and Star Trek Picard. First off, Star Trek Picard is not only not Star Trek, it's the shittiest version of a sci-fi show I've ever fucking seen. Like, I mean, the original Star Trek, when they were using, like, the goofy special effects, and it's like painted pieces of wood that basically Fisher-Price looks more sci-fi and like out of this world kind of advanced technology as compared to what they were using in the show for the effects, but it was still better than Picard. What do they have? They have lens flares. It's like, oh my gosh, you do realize JJ is all style, no substance, so why the fuck are you copying him? If you're gonna copy someone, why wouldn't you like get someone that's good? But anyway, so we're gonna talk about that. Let me do a little screen share right now. So this is this article. I'm going to read this to you, but also people are still defending Cuties. Now, I don't like to talk too much about other YouTubers. Obviously, if it comes up in certain contexts, then I'm not one of those people that, when, like, I know that some people, they build their entire channels off of making response videos to other YouTubers. I'm not about that. I'm like, you know what, you go live your life. I'll go live my life. If you do something stupid, that's on you. But I have to draw the line when people are defending child pornography or, promotional pedophilia, because that is exactly what Cuties is. Now, I watched the movie. If you go over to my live channel, this is where I had the re-upload of my my full in-depth scene-by-scene review of Cuties. It was very, very difficult to watch, and it was very difficult to have to, talk about it again and rehash everything that I had experienced and witnessed. But I felt like it was necessary. So I scene by scene, a lot of people said that they could only watch for about 20 minutes and then they had to dip out because it just made them so physically uncomfortable. And I got very descriptive I did not censor it in any way, shape, or form. I did break down while I was saying this because it disgusted me to my very core that they were actually making little girls do these things, because that's what it is. They exploited little girls to do this. Little 11-year-old girls that wouldn't know what any of this shit was. But guess what? They got cast in this movie, and then they had to learn about it, and they exploited these children. They, expose these children to the horrors that are, pedophilic propaganda. And so if you guys want to watch it, if you have the stomach for it, go check out this review. But so that being said, I got tagged in this on Twitter. And so Mr. John Campea decided to defend Cuties. He admits that he has not seen it. Says that multiple times in this clip. There's actually and I got really mad when I saw this, but so he talks about it in this clip, and then I believe so this is the first clip, and then this is more of an extended clip. What is going on in my chat? Oh yeah, guys, if there's a spammer, mods, just put him in timeout. But so he starts defending Cuties, but then he starts talking about how everyone that watched it. Oh yeah, everyone that I didn't watch it. Again, I didn't watch it, but everyone that watched it that I know, the 2 people that I talked to, they said that it was nothing like what everyone was saying, which is very fucking alarming as somebody that watched it. And then he goes on to saying that people that are upset by it, let me go on to this clip. I don't think I'm sharing sound right now. Oh, you might see it. But he says Bible Belt people, and then he says the people that are upset about Cuties defend child beauty pageants. Now, I've never watched one of these child beauty pageants because I think it's fucking stupid. I'm not a Bible Belt person or whatever it is he's trying to spew. And also, here's the thing. He makes these accusations, but he provides no fucking evidence at all to support these claims. So, like I said in my tweet, as you can see, I'm fucking pissed off. What absolute fucking bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. I've seen the movie and it's far worse than I could ever imagine. True. Anyone who has seen it and is okay with what's in it has something seriously wrong with them. And that was me being nice because I don't want to get put in Twitter jail. Campea is being a total hypocrite here and creating a false narrative. Do your fucking research, Jay. And I had to leave it off at Jay because I ran out of characters to use. But it just blows my mind how he's so quick to judge and just take the side of the movie without even fucking watching it, which he admits over and over again. He's taking the word of, the 2 reliable people, but it's like, you're going to go and accuse people that are against this type of thing of being Bible Belters and supporting, whatchamacallit, a child, the weird, I don't know that. I think it's, saying weird, because I feel like weird's a bit of a compliment, but in a negative way, like the weird child beauty pageants that I don't understand, that I have absolutely no interest in. And I saw on his Facebook that he said all the people complaining were right-wingers and Trump supporters. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter what side of the fence you are on politics. It's not okay to exploit children. It's not okay to promote pedophilia. It's not. I have friends in the UK, have nothing to do with American fucking politics, that have problems with this. Friends in India, again, nothing to do with American politics, that have a huge fucking problem with this movie. Friends in Australia, again, no connection to American politics. Heck, I live in America and I fucking hate American politics. I have no interest in politics, no matter what country it's from. It does not interest me. I never talk about politics on my channel because I fucking hate it. Get that shit out of my damn movies. But the accusations that he makes, it doesn't make any sense. And he provides absolutely no evidence. And I'm just here going, well, everything that you're accusing that of is the exact opposite of me. So, what's your excuse now? And guess what? They never fucking have one. So, it just blows my mind. But I don't know. Do you guys want me to read this article first about the Dune and Do you guys want me to read this about Dune and Picard, or do you guys want me to do the Cuties and the John Campea thing? I'll let you guys pick which one you guys want me to talk about first. Oh my goodness, I need some juice though, so let me get some juice real fast. All right, got my juice. Also, over 300 people watching. Please, please, please smash the like button. I would really appreciate it. It really helps my channel out. So, yes, and I sincerely appreciate it. Ooh, so far I have 1 dislike. Hello to the hater out there. All right, here we go. So I saw more people go for Dune. So let's pull up Dune. All right, so we're going to read this Picard article. Picard article. Okay. How Star Trek Picard explains Dune. Unique take on sci-fi robots. What? Like, really? Who the fuck writes this shit? Come on. Oh, actually, I think of the dude's name that wrote this is going to be in here. In terms of tone and theme, the complex future galaxies of Star Trek and Dune could not be more different in Trek setting. You've got a benevolent interstellar government that fosters peace and cooperation among hundreds of star systems. Dune gives us a justifiably anarchist I can't even talk in this voice. I'm trying to do like a weird soy boy voice and it's just not working. Let me see. Justifiably anomalous galaxy in which the ruling government conspires to manipulate the power bases of various feuding planets, while the politics of everything are informed by the exploitation of one planet's natural resource, the spice. Dun 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 dun. The spice. Okay, I still don't know what the fuck that has to do with Star Trek robots, but let's see. So other than Trek's mirror universe and the idea that Patrick Stewart just happened to be in the 1984 Dune, there's no real connection between the world of Dune and Trek, right? Well, up until 2020, that would be, oh my God, I can't do this damn voice. Let's see. That would be nominally true. However, dive into the backstory of Picard and you'll find something straight from the sands of Arrakis. Here's how Picard cribs from Dune and makes the world building of Trek universe 10 times smarter. Spoilers ahead for Picard Season 1 and the original Dune novels by Frank Herbert. Dude, if you haven't read fucking Dune by now, like really, what are you doing? You haven't read Dune? It's been out for freaking decades. Also, nobody wants to watch the Picard show. That shit is fucking terrible. Don't watch it. It's terrible. And I said, I was like, this looks like a fucking asshole. And then somebody's like, what kind of assholes have you been looking at? I'm like, I have pets, you dumbass. Like, come on. This have you ever had a cat or a dog? Like, just put some fur around this and like a little tail above it. It looks like a fucking asshole. Like, this isn't even scary. It just is like, really, that's what you could come up with? But whatever. Okay. Here he goes. Oh my God. Dune and Trek both have underdeveloped AI. In the relative present of Dune, AI and smart technology is basically banned from existence. This is mostly because of the laws put in place after the anti-robot war called the Berlin Jihad, which forbade humans from making a machine in the likeness of a human mind. Prior to Picard, in human Federation cultures, AI was similarly scarce in... Oh, okay, I see what they're going to do. They're going to try to relate Picard and the synth bullshit to Dune. I'm sorry. That's fucking stupid because the thing that happened in Picard with the synths didn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. And it was a terrible fucking plot. And the whole idea of, oh, Romulans are anti-androids when it's like, really? This just proves again, you didn't watch the fucking Next Generation when the androids are like looking at, or excuse me, the Romulans are looking at Data and they're like, we would love to study you because Romulans are all about acquiring, technology and, recon from other, that's why they're spying on everyone. The Romulans are the most shady people. Like, Romulans and Ferengis are in toe-to-toe, but I feel like Ferengi, ironically, are a little bit more honorable than Romulans because Romulans are so fucking cutthroat. They don't care who they hurt. Everything they do is in the name of Romulus and for Romulans. They don't care about anyone. anyone. They're like, fuck you. I don't care if I backstab you. I don't care if I stab you in the fucking face. I'm going to get the information. I'm going to spy on you. I'm going to stalk you. I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to get that shit. And they're sore losers, though. So that's one thing about the Romulans. But really, they're going to try to do the freaking synth thing to this. Oh my God, I already have a headache. But let's power through this. Let's power through this. All right. Here we go. Federation cultures AI was similarly scarce. It wasn't illegal, mind you, but the original series and the next generation fully sentient AI and androids in specific are rare and often dangerous. Apparently, I mean, I wouldn't say it's rare, and I wouldn't necessarily say data is dangerous, but then, what is it? What Little Girls Are Made Of? That was one of the, OG episodes, and then I think one of the Muds, iMud, I think that's the one where he's got the android ladies, but, I mean, I feel like there's more than that. Remember the one where they go and there's like the orb people and they're like gods, but they want to construct android bodies for themselves. And then the one that's in Spock's body, he's trying to convince the chick. He's like, hey, let's just keep these bodies because they'll never be as good as the android bodies. Remember that? Remember that one? Yeah. It's not ever been, an uncommon thing in Trek. It's just Noonien Soong was the one that was able to create the positronic brain, and then they fucked everything up in Picard. But anyways, I'm just gonna keep going on tangents. Let me read this damn shit. Oh my God. Let's see. You might think saving AI is scarce and Trek is nuts because of the fact that Kirk battles so many AI overlords in the original series. Yet, save for a few notable exceptions, all the AI in the original series came from the ancient alien tech and non-human cultures. Yes! Roger I can't even talk. Corby Great's contemporary androids in What Little Girls Are Made Of. Hey, I just talked about that episode. Isn't that funny? Oh, let me zoom in so you guys can see this. Yeah, that's the one with what's her name? Nurse Chapel. It's her husband or her fiance, and it's like, why is there this stupid ad on my damn screen? I don't want to look at this ad. I want to look at this shit. Let's see. With the help of an android Rook, who is several centuries old and built by the old ones. It's the ancient ones. That's what it says, but whatever. In iMud, when Harry Mudd is stuck on an android planet, those androids reveal they were constructed by species called the Makers, who are from the Andromeda Galaxy. The larger point, even right at the beginning, Star Trek floated the idea that truly sentient humanoid-ish robots or androids are out of the grasp of human technology. Noonien Soong. And I'm sure if Spock set his fucking mind to it, he could build it. I'm sure if one of the scientists did it. But guess what? They were out trekking the damn universe. But anyways, I digress. Let's get back to this. The larger point, even right at the beginning, Star Trek floated the idea that truly sentient humanoid-ish robots or androids are out of the grasp of human technology. This tradition continued in the next generation when Data's uniqueness is his defining trait. I wouldn't say his new, it depends on what you consider unique, because him and Lore are almost identical. So, maybe it's the positronic brain. I'm like, elaborate on this. I think it's like his quirkiness and his childlike demeanor and his desire to be human. And even Q is like, what? You want to be human? Why? And Data's just like, yeah, everything that you just got is like what I've been trying to achieve. And he's like, what? And that's why he makes him laugh, and it's cute. And it's like, oh, Q's not heartless. But anyways, in the 24th century, Data, Lore, B4, and Data's mother, Juliana, are the only successful humanoid androids created by the contemporary humans. You know what's funny, though? In Picard, they forgot about her, because then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Dr. Noonien Soong has a biological son. And I'm like, that's funny. The age that he is not right, because there was no way he could possibly be fucking born, because the mom would have been an android and couldn't give birth to a fucking baby. So at least this writer of this article knows, actually watched the damn show, or maybe he just watched a video, or maybe he Googled it and went on you use the magical tool called Google that none of the show writers or producers used to their advantage to discover that there was no way fucking possible that he could have had a biological son at that age because the fucking wife was an android and couldn't have babies because she got destroyed and killed by the crystalline entity. And if she had a fucking baby, sure as fucking hell Lore would have known about it. Data would have, if it was some kind of suppressed memory, he would have finally fucking gotten it. But you're telling me Lore, that shady motherfucker wouldn't have brought that up or tried to hunt down that dude? Give me a fucking break. And you're telling me Dr. Noonien Singh wouldn't have told him, yo, hey, Data, I know Lore kind of fucked me up and stole your memory chip, but hey, I kind of have a biological son that does exactly what I do. Go out there and find him and maybe he can make you an emotion chip. Yeah, you'd think that they would have brought that up. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's no fucking way because she died and she was an android. There's no way for him to have a fucking android. But then somebody's like, well, he could have gotten some other chick, knocked up. I'm like, yeah, okay, again, why wouldn't he told Leda or Lore? And it just, it's so frustrating. It's so stupid and it hurts my head. But let's get back into this. Successful humanoid androids created by the contemporary humans and not based on robots and androids that have been around for centuries before humanity even existed. I need to read that again. What? In the 21st century, Data, Lore, B4, and Data's mother, Juliana, are the only successful humanoid androids created by the contemporary humans and not based on robots and androids that have been around for centuries before humanity ever existed. Okay, I see. That's I would reword that sentence. Considering how often Trek dips into the sci-fi tropes, this is an interesting thing to consider. Robots, duplicates, and humanoid robots don't show up on Star Trek all the time. When they do, there's very specific mythology around what is going on. Yes, there are sentient computers like M5 in the ultimate computer, but robots created in the likeness of the human mind are super rare or the result of hybrids between alien tech and human tech, i.e. Vigor in the motion picture. Oh my goodness, that thing was a pain in the butt. All right, here we go. Picard gave the Romulans a reverse. Oh, God. The rarity of androids is not just limited to the Federation. We don't hear about AI constructed by Romulans, Klingons, Bajorans, the Trill, or the Vulcans. Well, no fucking shit. That's because we're from the point of view of the fucking Federation. And also, that kind of, that small little rule that they have known as the Prime Directive and how you're not supposed to, even though they're all kind of at the same level of technology, I would argue that, maybe I would say that the Romulans might have a little bit of an up, maybe the Cardassians. I feel like everyone has their own little thing that they might be a little bit more ahead of than the other cultures, based on, their specific needs of their, their empire or, it's like the Romulan, oh my God, I'm getting all tongue tied. But, they all have their little things, like obviously, even in Starfleet, they don't use cloaks. But that has to do with the whole treaty thing. But so I'm sure, I know that Data is the only android in Starfleet, but you never know. They might be trying to hide their technology. If they would have actually let the seasons go a little bit longer in some of the shows, maybe we would have found out. But hey, who knows? I don't know. You would think. I like, though, how they don't mention the Borg in here at all. It's like, oh, you want to talk about like cybernetics mixed with the human mind or alien mind? What about the Borg? What about the little like the little nanobite thingies that once you get injected by that's a type of cybernetic living life form that takes you over and then connects everyone's mind. I mean, you can even argue like stuff with the Borg Queen. Why isn't that mentioned here, huh? I wonder why. Did that not come up in the Google search? I mean, they're all about the Borg and Picard. Everything's about the fucking Borg. Everything's about the Borg. Borg. Androids, let's blow shit up. Let's destroy franchises. Let's destroy characters. Borg. Romulan warrior nuts. Borg cutting people's head off. Explosion. Special effects. Lens flare. There, I just summarized Star Trek Picard in like one sentence. One very long run-on sentence. Let's see. Federation, you don't have any laws in place to prevent this from happening, but the result, at least relative to robots that look like people, is pretty much the same as it is in Dune. There just aren't that many of them. Did you ever think maybe in the TV show, because it's, let me just blow everyone's mind. It's a TV show with a limited budget. You ever think about that? And again, I'm going to blow your mind. Again, the fucking Borg. Oh my God. But anyways, here we go. Picard tackled this concept head on, and in doing so, gave the Romulans a backstory straight out of Dune. Oh my God, no. No, oh, this hurts. In the second episode of Picard, Maps and Legends, Lars tells Jean-Luc that AI and androids are not only illegal in the Romulan Empire, but considered morally reprehensible. That's bullshit. That is complete bullshit. You know why? Because guess what? I watched The Next Fucking Generation, and remember when the fucking Romulan dude wants to study data, and everyone's kind of fascinated with data, and they want that technology because guess what? It would make absolutely no fucking sense to not explore that, especially to the Romulans. That's like having one of those fancy, like, $200 calculators, but no, we're going to use an abacus. That's what that little analogy is there for. Yeah, let's not use a calculator. Let's not use one that can do calculus. Let's just use this abacus right here because that works well for us. Let's move these little stones on this little pole thingy, majigger. No. That makes no fucking sense. No logical sense. And yes, guess what? The Romulans are distant fucking cousins of the damn Vulcans. Even they still know how to use logic, even though they're, slimy, sneaky assholes. They would still, it doesn't make any fucking sense why you wouldn't explore that type of technology, especially if it can get one up on the enemy, which is something that the Romulans are all fucking about. Remember the one lady that, she was living her life pretending to be a Vulcan, and then all of a sudden you find out that after years and years and years and years of pretending to be a Vulcan, oh, guess what? She's actually a fucking Romulan. They are the most conniving, patient, evil fucking villains. Like, oh my God, the Romulans are so good because you hate them, but then sometimes they're nice, but then also you hate them because they're so evil and they're so cutthroat, and it's like, this is a really good, well-written villain. Come on. But you're telling me the Romulans are that fucking stupid that they would outlaw AI? Give me a fucking break. And you do realize that your computer, the one that talks to you, that they have on their fucking ships, if you watch The Next Generation, if you watched Voyager, if you watched DS9, you would know that they have. But anyways, nobody watches the shows anymore. It's too fucking hard to watch the show of the IP that you are now in charge of writing and trying to make money off of. It's fucking bullshit. But anyways, let's get back to this. Oh my God, I see the Zotbosh. This is going to be so stupid. Let's see. Throughout the series, we learned that this is because the much older cabal of the Zotbosh. Stupid. Guess what? The Tal Shiar isn't bad enough. We have to create an even bigger bad guy, which is the Zotbosh, which is a bunch of Romulan chicks that stand in a circle dressed like witches and touch a bar. I'm not even kidding. They're in a desert. They're dressed like witches, and they all touch this bar, and they get electrocuted by it and have visions. And then some of them go insane from touching it. I'm not kidding. That is what the Zotbosh does. And then the Zotbosh infiltrate Starfleet and pretend to be Starfleet officers at very high levels of high-ranking officials in Starfleet, and they just tell Picard to fuck off, and they just try to sabotage everything. So even though in this stupid fan fiction universe that's not Star Trek but is pretending to be Star Trek, that the Romulans Apparently, the Romulans back in JJ Trek, they didn't think, hey, we're gonna wait here for Spock for 25 years. Why don't we? If the main guy Nero, if he really fucking loved his wife and was worried about and really loved Romulus, he could have gone and said, hey, why don't we go to Romulus? Say, yo, guys. Because, we're evil, conniving Romulans that we want to have, one up on everyone in the fucking galaxy. Why don't we go with all of this advanced Romulan technology and all the knowledge that happened in all of the decades that we've, come from the future? Let's go to Romulus. Let's tell them all, hey, Romulan Empire, guess what? We're Romulans from the future. This is what's going to happen. Also, the star is going to go supernova. Our planet's going to get destroyed. It's going to fuck up our empire. Here's all this technology. We have the one up on everyone in the fucking quadrant. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge. Let's go get new Romulus. So let's reset up ourselves. Let's reestablish ourselves. And then let's start taking over the fucking galaxy the way Romulans actually would act. But JJ doesn't know that. None of these people in charge of fucking Star Trek know any shit about Star Trek. It drives me crazy. I'm that Star Wars girl, and I know about fucking Star Trek because I love this shit. But so you're telling me that in this universe where Nero didn't do that and let everyone die by the supernova, he had fucking decades upon decades to first off, the 25 years that he was waiting for Spock, he could have gone, and that was like how many years whatchamacallit, before the fucking supernova. So they had plenty of fucking time to get the fuck out of Dodge and go find another planet and name New Romulus and set up a new base for their fucking empire. Plenty of fucking time. But nope. He just sat there and waited for Spock for 25 fucking years. How fucking stupid. How un-Romulan-like. But so you're telling me in this universe where it happened, Romulan Empire got destroyed by the stupid supernova, and there's a senator, or there's a Romulan colony that's on this planet. It's like the Old West. No one had done anything for 14 fucking years. We are talking about the fucking Romulans, some of the most ambitious and cutthroat aliens we have ever seen in a sci-fi show. They will stop at nothing to get ahead and get what they want. You're telling me they all sat on their asses for 14 years? Like, even the fucking Vulcans were like, all right, our planet got destroyed. Even Spock, old Spock, was like, yo, young Spock, you go hang out with Kirk. You guys go live your adventures. I already lived it. I'm gonna go to New Vulcan, and I'm gonna start making some fucking babies. That's what the Romulans should have done. They should have found a new planet, started setting up a new empire. Everyone's like, all right, everyone, gotta have 5 kids. Every single Romulan. We gotta repopulate the fucking Romulan Empire. Let's all start making babies. Let's all teach them about the culture. Let's all teach them about what it's like to be Romulans and what Romulan shit. And then the one dude that's a fucking senator that apparently just sat on a desert, the fucking the low-life Romulan planet that nobody has any kind of ambition or goals whatsoever, and just sat there in a bar for 14 fucking years. But then all of a sudden, there's this stupid thing called the Zhat Vash, which is worse than the fucking Tal Shiar, that is, for whatever fucking reason, in charge of a Borg cube. Are you serious? You're telling me that the Klingons, they didn't want to be in charge of this abandoned Borg cube? The Federation, the United Federation of fucking Planets, weren't in charge of the Borg cube? The Vulcans weren't in charge of the Borg cube? The Andorians, the Trill, the Cardassians, the Ferengi, they weren't in charge of the fucking Borg cube? The Romulans, who don't even have a fucking star system or a central government, are in charge of the Borg cube? Give me a fucking break. But apparently, the Zhat Vash outlived the Tal Shiar and came out of fucking nowhere, and all of a sudden have like an entire fleet of like thousands of fucking ships by the end of the freaking, season. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. But after that little tangent, let's get back to this article. The Zhat Vash controls the Romulan secret police, the Tal Shiar. My God. And the mission of the Zhat Vash is to make sure that AI never rises up again. Why? Well, as we learn in the episode Broken Pieces, the Romulans discovered something in their distant past called the Abomination. From the Romulan point of view, this was a warning left behind from a race that died out roughly 300,000 years before the Romulans discover it. The warning in the Abomination was clear. If you let advanced AI survive, that AI will come to enslave you. Okay, here's the thing. Romulans are cocky as fuck. You know what a Romulan would have done? A Romulan would have saw that threat and would have tried to figure out how to use that threat as a weapon and how to outsmart that threat. And see, the thing about Romulans, when they're looking at everything, everyone is a pawn to a Romulan. Everything. Everyone is a pawn. Everything is a tool to their advantage on how they can use it to achieve what they want. If a Romulan saw, oh, there's this thing that's from 300,000 years ago, that's the big old bad, the big basic boogeyman, that's AI. You know what a Romulan would have done? They would have said, well, it's long gone from 300,000 fucking years ago. It must have not been that badass. I'm a fucking Romulan. I'm arrogant and cocky as fuck. I'm going to try to take it on, and we're going to connive, and we're all going to study it, and we're going to experiment, and we're going to try to perfect it so that way we can control it. And by us controlling it, we can control the fucking galaxy. That's the way a fucking Romulan thinks. Nothing about Picard makes fucking sense. Anyway. I know, I'm getting a little too screamy. I'm sorry. I'm really mad. I'm really mad if you can't tell. But I apologize. Also, over 341 people here. Please smash the like button. Please and thank you. I'll try to stop yelling. I'm just irritated. Let's see. But can you guys all put ones in the chat if you agree with me, or twos if I'm not making any fucking sense. Let me know. Let me know. Let's start reading this other part. So this means that the Romulan. Oh my god, I need to get some juice. Hold on, I'm gonna take a sip of my juice. You guys all let me know in the chat what you think. Ones if you agree with me, or twos if I'm not making any fucking sense. If I'm not making any fucking sense, I'll stop. Oh, cool. I see some ones. I see 1, 2, and a 3 and a 69. You guys are cheeky. Oh, Matt G, thank you for Empire Strikes Back is Empire Strikes Back dominating the box office. Well, there's nothing else to see, right? Thank you for the super chat. One, but calm yourself. Okay, I'll calm down. I will calm down. Let's see. Here we go. So this means that the Romulans developed an intentionally throttled back tech society because effectively the backstory of the entire Romulan Empire was influenced by a secret cult having experienced the version of Dune. Oh my god, no! Oh my god, this person not fucking read this shit. Michael Holmes saying for the super chat. One and one. Thank you. I appreciate that. Space Window, thank you for the super chat. New Star Trek is T-Rash. Yep, 100%. 100 fucking percent. It's not Star Trek. I'm telling you. And guys, I said this before, but then they actually took advantage of it, so it kind of pissed me off. But so I was like, I will come and fix your shit for fucking free, just because it's driving me crazy. And I'm not gonna lie, I have crazy OCD. Like crazy OCD. And so when stuff isn't right, it really bothers me. And the fact that Star Trek isn't right, the fact that Star Wars isn't right, the fact that everything just isn't right with sci-fi, it's driving me absolutely bonkers. And I was like, oh, I'll fix it for free. And then Disney actually took me up on that fucking offer and ripped me off. So I'm like, fuck you. I'm not doing don't do shit for free. Don't even offer, because it's going to bite you in the ass. But that being said, with Star Trek, like, I will help you. I want to help them. I genuinely, from the bottom of my fucking heart, want to fix this shit because I love Star Trek. And a lot of the people are still alive, like Captain Jean-Luc Picard, like basically the entire cast of The Next Generation. I don't want to see this go down the gutter anymore. I really don't. I want to help them. I fit all the criteria. I have absolutely no experience directing or producing or writing for a TV show, but guess what? I'm a whammon. And apparently all you need is absolutely no experience and you to be a whammon, or somebody that is pretending to be straight, which is what I'm finding is a thing with some of the people that are involved in the show. So no experience. And I'm a woman. I think I fit the little checkbox, especially in the Star Wars universe. But let's yeah, I know I'm overqualified. I know about Star Trek. That's the thing. And you know, somebody like said, and they're like, oh yeah, what about that one like Star Trek nerd that's like, actually in this episode like that and that happened, which is why this couldn't happen. I'm like, you would want that person there. Yeah, it would be a pain in the ass, but trust me, you want that person there so that way you don't have to hear about it from all the fucking fans. If they're getting so frustrated, and like what's his face, Alex Kurtzman going like, guys, just please give it a chance, please. If you give it a chance, you might actually like it. It's like, you wouldn't have to be begging your audience to give it a chance if you actually did your fucking research on this IP that you are trying to produce and make money off of. Do your fucking, it's not that hard. Just take a month, a paid month, where you just do research and binge watch the fucking show. They're all on Netflix and on Amazon Prime. Go fucking watch them. Take notes, have a couple drinks, have a great time, invite some friends over, and just do Star Trek watch party. It's not that hard. It's really not. But that'd be doing the job. Anyways, back to this. Dune's Battalion Jihad, but with the ending that results in thinking machines winning. This is so stupid. This was the brother and sister that they're trying to mimic Game of Thrones, with the sister coming on to like the weird sexual tensions. Like, ew. Anyone that has a siblings know this is fucking weird. No, stay the fuck away from your brother, chick, and dude, stay the fuck away from your sister, fucking weirdos. Let's see. Oh god, I need a drink again because I have a scratchy throat now. Here we go. In Maps and Legends, Jean-Luc jokes he never really liked science fiction because he just didn't get it right. In this scene, Picard and Girardi are talking. That's Agnes. Talk about Isaac Asimov, who mostly wrote stories about the benevolent androids and robots. Broadly speaking, Asimov's ideas in AI and robots are anti-Dune. This is where the final Picard ends up, at least philosophically. When Picard becomes a synth, he is becoming what humans who fought the Jihad in Dune would have feared, a machine made in the image of a human mind. Picard and Starfleet's view of AI then is much more in line with Asimov, even if their tech related to AI is more like present tense of Dune. The Romulans, on the other hand, are in a way huge fans of wait, what? Oh my god, no! Romulans, on the other hand, are in a way huge Dune fans. This is not the proper use of commas either. Oh my god, what? Oh my god, this hurts. Let me read the super chat. Fonzo Gonzo, thank you for super chat. You're the best. Keep fighting these cutie freaks. Well, thank you. I'm actually losing my voice right now. Oh my god. Excuse me. Sorry guys, I could read right, but my freaking throat is all itchy now. I did that stupid soy boy voice, and then I started screaming. So I apologize. Let's just see. No. This is ridiculous. In fact, you could argue that the Jatvash fear in Picard is exactly what ends up happening in the Dune sequel book, The Sandworms of Dune. The idea that the evil AI overlords will return. The final of Picard gets to have these two competing AI narratives both ways in E.T. and Arcadia Ego Part 2. We learn that the robot overlords that the Jatvash are afraid of totally still exist and are out there. Oh my god. You could just get rid of the totally. And what are these sentences? Look at where the sentence starts. Where does this... Look at how long that run in sentence is. Like, come on. Let's see. Zhat Vash are afraid of totally still exists and are out there just waiting to annihilate even more organic life. This specific thing doesn't really have a direct parallel in Dune. Well, no fucking shit. But this is telling that those evil AI overlords in Picard are wiggling around the space worms in Picard Season 1 show where Michael Chabon is a self-professed Dune fan. So it seems unlikely these parallels were accidental, but the bigger question is more interesting. No. Again, if there's space AI worms wiggling around like space worms, the Romulans, if they knew about them, they would do everything in their power to try to control them, to use them against everyone else, because that is what Romulans do. Anyone that has seen Star Trek can fucking tell you that. Heck, they want to say, oh, well, this takes place after Star Trek Nemesis. Okay, you guys want to throw Nemesis around? What was Nemesis about? What planet did it take place on? Oh yeah. Was it Romulus? Oh my fucking god, it was Romulus. There's Romulans in that movie. What else are there? There's Romulus and Remus. So there's Remans in there too. Oh my god, mind blown. Mind fucking blown. You can go watch it and see just how fucking savage the Romulans can get. But no, that's too hard. That is too hard. I bet you they just read Google. If they read Google, oh my god, I can't even like justify what they read the back of the movie box, because I guarantee you they don't have movies. But anyways, let's continue. Oh, now I'm gonna get the hiccups. Watch. Irk my soul. Okay. Picard Season 1 showrunner Michael Chabon is a self-professed Dune fan, so it seems unlikely that these parallels were accidental. But the bigger question is more interesting. If Picard and Girardi live in a world where Asimov influenced their philosophies about AI, then that means they certainly live in a world where people and Romulans have read Dune. 2 in Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, the Klingons claim that Shakespeare was actually one of them, and that you haven't experienced Shakespeare properly until you've read him in the original Klingon. So the thought experiment is clear. If Shakespeare was originally a Klingon, then does that mean Frank Herbert and the author of Dune was a Romulan? Oh my god, no. Oh, this hurts my head. No. This was somebody, honestly, I feel like they had a quota to meet for whatever article site this is. What is it? It's Inverse. So the person that wrote this from Inverse I feel like they're just like, yeah, just pull something out of your fucking ass and write it, and it has to be this many words. And if you get this many words, then you get your little paycheck, you get your little pat on the head, and if you make it clickbaity enough and people read it and it gets traction, you might get a bonus on the next one. This is, oh my god. This hurts my head. This just hurts my head. Oh my god. Season 2 of Picard will never touch this, I'm sure of it, but if you look at how the Romulans behave in Picard Season 1, you can, but they're all in centuries-old Dune fan club. Okay, you know what's the funny thing is? I didn't talk too much about Dune because I wanted to see if they were going to talk about it, if they mentioned Dune at all. You know what they did? They don't go into any details about, the whole, and you don't have to read far into the first book. The first fucking test with Paul is him with the Bene Gesserit mother. She's not his mother, not Lady Jessica, but the old, the mother superior lady, that equivalent, where she comes in and she tests him with the box and she wants to see if he's human. It has more of a a significant meaning. I know some people haven't read Dune. I know that there are people out there that didn't read Dune. I get it. It's a very long book. I've read it, I think, at least 5 times. I actually just started rereading it because I wanted to brush up on it, because I realized, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I read it like a year ago, and then I actually looked at the dates. I'm like, oh shit, I haven't read this book in like 5 or 6 years. But yeah, so I started rereading it again. It's not that hard. They mention it, like, come on. I feel like, again, they didn't use Google to their full advantage. Because, I mean, there's so many people, and you can kind of tell, especially when it's just in writing, when all they do is they're like, oh, let me go, like, do, like, a quick 5-minute Google search. Let me find out some names. Let me copy and paste here and there, and then say, well, this happened in this Dune book. It's like, okay, well, then give some more details. You are, if you're referencing that Dune book, you must have read it, right? So give me some fucking details. None of this. It's like, oh, Michael Chabon liked Dune. Dune, there was this. Dune, they are afraid of, the robots taking over. Okay, like a lot of fucking sci-fi and cultures and, things within pop culture are funny how that works sometimes. I mean, heck, you can even go into freaking Ringworld and how the technology got above them, and like that's why, the Pearson's Puppeteer and the characters, and they go to Ringworld, and the Pearson's Puppeteer are so interested in trying to figure out how Ringworld was built, the technology behind it, the people that created it, and it was lost because it's from this ancient civilization, and they're trying to figure out that technology. Funny how this stuff goes, and it's like it's a recurring thing within sci-fi, but whatever. It's one of those things where it's like, well, you guys didn't read the books. Whoever wrote this obviously didn't read the book. They didn't give any details. They know more about Star Trek. I think they watched Star Trek Picard. That's why. Or they have a friend that gave them some insight, or they just Google it, and they use their Google search more for Picard than they did for Dune, but they don't give any real details. Like, oh yeah, well this is about robots, so it relates to Dune. Makes no fucking sense, right? Well, oh my goodness, this is well, this was something else, guys. This was one of the stupidest things I've read in a while. Hi, I didn't mean to turn on my camera, but hello, everyone. There we go. I meant to stop screen sharing. That's what I did. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm tired. What do you expect? So, I'm going to check and see if there was any super chats, and then I'm going to start talking about the Cuties stuff. So, for everyone that's joining, because I see there's 351 people here, I just read the most bizarre fucking article. If you guys want to go and read it, or if you missed it, this live stream is going to be re-uploaded onto my secondary channel, but there's that article if you want to check it out. Also, let's go, let me check and see if there's any these super chats before I get on to the next topic, which is Cuties. So, show of hands. Well, I guess you guys can't really put hands in the chat, but put a 1 in the chat if you watch Cuties, and a 2 in the chat if you didn't. Now, I would advise on not watching this movie. You're more than welcome to if you would like to, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good movie in any way, shape, or form, and it's very disturbing. So let me see if there's any super chats. Michael Williams saying for the super chat, preach, Anna, preach, laugh my ass off, and then a bunch of laughing faces. Well, thank you for the super chat. And I think, okay, Michael Williams, thank you for another super chat. 100% disavow Kurtzman Star Trek. Yep, I'm right there with you. That shit is not fucking Star Trek. Let's see. I think I'm all caught up. Cool beans. All right, let me check the chat. Okay, I see a lot of 2s. I see 1.5. I see 1. Okay, 2s. So what it looks like is a majority of people didn't watch it. 1. I thought she was exaggerating. She really wasn't. No, I wasn't at all. So, oh, and hello, Cecil, you drunk bastard. Okay, so we are going to talk about this. I'm actually going to play this for you, and it's infuriating. Again, if let's get that up. Let's get this. So I don't usually like to talk, or do videos based on other YouTubers or other content creators, because it's like, if you're doing something stupid on your own channel, that's your own channel. I'm not gonna, it's like, I feel like everyone's channels is like their house. If you're painting your house a stupid fucking color, I don't have to look at your house. You have to live there. You have to look at it. If that's the way you want to build your house and build, your channel, you go do you. I'm gonna go do me. I'm gonna worry about myself, because I don't got fucking time to worry about other people's channels and the things that they're doing on their channels. Don't got fucking time. But so when because this actually it does affect me, because I did watch Cuties. I did a very long review, and if you guys want to see it, it's over here on my live channel, which I realize you cannot see because it's I'm only sharing this tab. But so I watched Cuties, and I did a 3-hour scene by scene. Actually, it's 3 hours and 24 minutes, so it's almost 3.5 hours, where I go and I do a scene by scene review and breakdown of this movie. It is far worse than I could have ever possibly imagined. The only reason I watched this movie, because I said it's got to be, you know, maybe a misunderstanding, or like the marketing team just did a really fucking bad job. There's no way it's as bad as we thought. But nope. It's fucking worse. It's an absolutely disgusting and despicable fucking movie. It's promoting fucking pedophilia. It's exploiting little girls. It's so disturbing and disgusting. It made me physically sick and uncomfortable. It is not a good movie. So when I see stuff like this, it infuriates me. So I'm going to play you what John Campea said on his show after a super chat. And again, he admits over and over again that he did not watch that movie. So take that in mind. I'm going to have to mute myself so we don't get an echo. So I'm just going to play this and then comment. All right.
This and bring it on here, because this, I think, is something. You know what I find absolutely hilarious? Hold on a second. I got to find this. There it is. Hold on a second. Because I was in this chat string a while ago, and somebody mentioned this. So let me bring this up. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. What I find absolutely hilarious, I mean, hilarious, is we see all these people talking about this movie, Cuties, and I'm only going off of people who have actually seen the movie and said,
I've actually seen the movie. I've seen the fucking movie. It's fucking disgusting. But here we go. Let him talk.
No. None of that stuff that everybody's upset about is even in the movie.
Yes, it fucking is. And guess what? It's fucking worse.
None of that's in the movie. That's not what this movie is at all. Like, everybody who has seen the movie is saying that. Everybody who hasn't seen the movie, and I'm one of those. I'm one of the people who haven't seen it. But it seems like most people who haven't seen it are the ones calling it all these stupid things. And yet, here's the thing that I find hilarious. And somebody, a friend of mine pointed this out. I can't take credit for this. And yet, I find a lot of these same Americans who are complaining about this movie that they've never seen are all for, and we have this big child beauty pageant industry in America. In America, there's this huge, and it's usually from these, Bible Belt kind of areas and all this kind of stuff. Like, oh no, we have no problem with this garbage, like this absolute, utter, complete trash that they make children do. Oh, no problem here. America is the home of these child beauty pageants. And it's these same people that put on this disgusting shit that are complaining about a movie they've never seen. Complaining about a movie they've never seen. And again, I've always got to throw in the highlight. I can't speak with any big authority to it because I haven't seen it myself. So yeah. I haven't seen the movie myself. So I can't, for all I know, to be objective, for all I know, maybe if I watched the movie, I'd be more outraged than anybody else. Maybe, but I haven't seen it because from the day.
So there you go. He hasn't fucking seen it, but then he starts going into the damn beauty pageants. I think there's another little clip in here, or is that? Oh, that's the one that there's this one. I forgot what's in this one. Let's play it. Let's see.
He is getting close. All right, next up, Star Wars Rocks writes, don't you think that Netflix is being a bit hypocritical by canceling a show that everybody likes in the form of The Dark Crystal and keeping a chili porn movie on their service in the form of Cuties? Well, look, there's two things. Number one, I talked to two friends of mine specifically. Like, I've read from a number of people that I know who saw the movie, and they said there is nothing wrong with this movie. audiences saw this movie at film festivals, nobody ever said there was anything wrong with the movie. And I finally had a chance this past week to talk to 2 separate individuals I know who have seen the film, and they're all like, yeah, there's nothing wrong in the movie. Now, and the only people who are really complaining about the movie are people who haven't seen the movie, right? And this is all Netflix's own fault, because Netflix put out that idiotic, stupid, whoever greenlit it should have lost their jobs poster that they put up that was not reflective of the movie in the least. So I haven't seen it myself. I haven't seen it myself still, because it was never a movie I was going to watch. But
Okay, fucking bullshit right here. Call fucking bullshit. The people complaining haven't seen the movie. I saw the fucking movie. I fucking saw it. It made me sick to my fucking stomach. Again, I did a 3.5 hour review, scene by scene review, where I was very descriptive. I broke down in that review because it made me physically sick to have to talk about that. But I felt it was important that everyone know that everything that we thought about it, it's fucking worse. So going on, oh, I haven't seen the movie. Whoever made that poster should get fired because it doesn't represent what was in the film. Oh, by the way, I haven't seen it, so I can't say whether or not it represented what was in the film. Because guess what? It fucking does. It does represent what's in the film, but it shows a softer side of it. Yeah. That poster with the little girls in the little outfits, in the, seductive type of poses, that's, the lighter part of the movie. That dance at the end, that's nothing. There's one where they're on a staircase and it's zooming into their fucking vaginas. It's zooming into, them putting their fingers in their mouth and doing like seductive eyes into the camera. They directed little girls to do that. A cinematographer zoomed into little girls' private parts and put that on camera. They did that to those little girls. Parents were okay with that. They exploited these children. They had little girls act out pornographic scenes, soft-core porn. It is a pedophile's fucking, trip to Disneyland equivalent watching these movies. Pedophiles around the world are rejoicing because of this fucking movie. And he's defending it. And then, but he's saying, oh, well, people that are against this haven't fucking watched it. Okay, well, I'm right here. I have fucking watched it. It's disturbing. And I'm more than happy to go scene by scene and show, you want to, talk about this kind of stuff? Well, guess what? You're in for a very rude reality check when you have to go and watch the shit that I watched. I'll press play. I'm not going to look at the scene because I've already seen it. It's burned in my fucking memory. I'm never going to be able to unsee the shit that I saw. But guess what? You want to, sit here and be all high and mighty that you are all holier than now on something that you haven't watched and judging people that are outraged by, the exploitation of children and the pedophilic propaganda that's trying to be normalized in society right now? Go fucking watch it before talking about it and then condemning people that are against that. It's infuriating. There's more to this. I'm just going to mute because I'm getting really upset.
But I haven't seen myself, but I've talked to a couple of, pretty solid people who said, no, there's nothing like that. But here's the thing to me. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Because let me just grab this and bring it on here, because this, I think, is something. You know what I find absolutely hilarious? Hold on a second, I gotta find this. There it is. Hold on a second. Because I was in this chat string a while ago and somebody mentioned this. So let me bring this up. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. What I find absolutely hilarious, hilarious, is we see all these people talking about this movie, Cuties, and I'm only going off of people who have actually seen the movie and said, no. None of that stuff that everybody's upset about is even in the.
Okay, so now we're back at the part where it was in the other clip. But so yeah, I've seen the movie. So either he's lying about talking to people, or other people are saying that he's shilling. Because I would like to speak to those people, because it's like, did you watch the wrong movie? Did you watch the wrong fucking movie? Because let me tell you, that shit's in the movie. and it's fucking worse. The things that they do in that movie is worse. It's one thing to write about it and to read an article about it, but to actually see this shit done, and there is so much that has been left out. And I was actually, working on this, but it's very difficult to have to sit down and have to try to get in the mindset of, blocking out the way a video is going to go to talk about this stuff, because it makes me physically uncomfortable. But I've said it time and time again. After watching it and reflecting on that movie and thinking more and more about the main character, Ami, if this movie was said to be the origin stories or the origin of a serial killer, it would make a lot of sense. It would make sense why it's so uncomfortable, why it's so disturbing, why the little girl, Ami, does the shit that she does. But no, they're trying to preach, oh, it's a coming of age story. It's about little girls finding their sexuality when they're 11 years old, and it's society corrupting these little girls. No, that's not what the movie is about. I will not go into explicit details here, so everyone that's worried about that, don't worry. I'm not going to talk about the camera angles or any of the other stuff. So what happens in the movie is you first see the main character, and she seems to be very loving. She loves her mother. The first thing you see her doing is she's doing an art project for her mother, because they just moved in this new apartment. She seems to love her two younger brothers. And then things slowly, start going bad. And here's the thing. She's 11 years old. 11-year-olds know right from wrong. They know when they're doing something bad. They know that stealing is bad. They know that stalking is bad. Everything that Ami does, she knows is wrong. She knows that she will get in trouble for doing it, but she does it anyway. She sees this little girl that lives in her building, Angelica, and she starts to covet her. My favorite movie is Silence of the Lambs. It's also one of my favorite books. And to quote Hannibal Lecter, that one scene that basically won the damn Oscars is the one where she tells him, and like the whole lamb stops screaming, and he says, "What is Buffalo Bill's goal? What does he do?" And Clary says, "He kills women." He says, "No, that's incidental. What is it? What is his nature? What does he do? He covets." How do we begin to covet? We covet by what we see every day. That is exactly what Ami does. Ami starts to covet Angelica. She follows Angelica around. She watches her from a distance. She sees Angelica has this beautiful long hair, that Angelica is dancing. Angelica is this group of girls that are dancing. She is watching because she's stalking Angelica. She's coveting Angelica. She wants to have what Angelica has. She wants to look like Angelica. She wants to be Angelica. She wants to dress like Angelica. She wants to be the leader of this dance group. And then she knows, again, she knows what she's doing is wrong. She knows stealing the phone is wrong. She knows that stalking Angelica on social media is wrong, but that's what she wants. She's coveting her. And so she infiltrates this group of little girls. She uses the phone to try to film, to follow a little boy into the bathroom to film his penis, so that way she can impress the other little girls. She knows that stalking them into the bathroom and listening to their conversations is wrong. She doesn't care. Even when the little girls start to tell her, and she's with them for a while, where she's watching them and she's spending time with them, she's not doing as much. She's just being part of the group and observing everything that they are doing. She takes it upon herself to go and seek out this, this dance music video where it's a bunch of strippers. And so she teaches herself the moves on the stolen phone in the bathroom at night, so that way she can later on teach Angelica these moves, so she can teach the little girls. And, halfway through the movie, she's in Angelica's spot. She's the one that's teaching the little girls dance moves. She's the one that's wearing the crop tops and, the little skimpy outfits. She's the one that's doing everything. And she's teaching it to these little girls. The little girls weren't seeking it out. They were just dancing. And this is what I've said. There's nothing sexy about a kid watching Elmo and doing the hokey pokey to Elmo. Even they're shaking their entire bodies. They're doing the hokey pokey. They're sticking their hands up. They're sticking their feet up. They're jumping. That's part of the hokey pokey. Nothing sexual about it. There's nothing sexual about a little kid at the beach with their family, like in their swimsuit, building a sandcastle. But when you get a cinematographer and a director that zooms into their private parts when they're doing the hokey pokey, or when they're at the beach in a bathing suit, building a sandcastle, that's what makes it sexual. That is the exploitation of children. That is the normalization of pedophilia and the promotion of pedophilia by putting it in this film and trying to make it normalized. That is what is in this movie, and it's fucking wrong on every fundamental level. And as human beings, we have it in ourselves to want to protect the innocent. It's just part of our nature. You see a child there, if something, if a car jumps a curb and it's coming at you and there's a kid standing next to you, it doesn't even matter if you don't know the kid. It doesn't matter if you don't if the parent's right there. Your instinct is to put out your arm to protect the child. That's in our nature as human fucking beings, is to defend the innocent. And what are they doing? They're abusing the innocent, and it's fucking disgusting. And it's just the fact that somebody like this that hasn't even watched the damn movie, and then he's up here trying to defend it and say, oh, everyone that didn't like the damn movie, oh, guess what? All of you people that didn't like the movie, you all like these beauty pageants and you all are church belts. And it's like, what the fuck? And posting on freaking Facebook about, oh, you're all Trump supporters. It's like, I have friends in Australia, in the UK, in India, have nothing to do with American politics. Could care fucking less. I live in America and I could care less about American politics. That's just the laziest excuse on the fucking planet, especially for somebody that hasn't fucking seen it. It drives me crazy. It just, you want to be all high and mighty. You want to be all, oh, I am all holier than thou because, oh, I'm trying to defend this movie that the mainstream media is defending for whatever fucking reason. And, oh, his excuse about how, oh, guess what? Nobody at the film festival had a problem with it. You want me to show you why nobody at the fucking film festival had a problem with it? You want to know fucking why? Because they're fucking pedophiles. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Sundance founder pleads guilty to child sex abuse. It got popular because it was at the Sundance Film Festival. Sundance founder pleads guilty for child sex abuse. Sterling Van, however the hell you pronounce his last name, in court, American Fork, Utah, on Tuesday, he pleaded guilty to molesting a young girl and is expected to serve at least 6 years in prison. So that's the person that didn't have a problem with it at the film festival. Because I don't think people really understand, like, when you go to a film festival, especially like at the Cannes Film Festival, the only way you get tickets is if you are involved in a film there, and then it's somebody who is involved in the film there, they get a certain amount of tickets. It's very limited to getting into a freaking film festival. So yeah, if you're involved in the film and you have a family member in it, you're not going to make a big deal out in public. You're going to go talk to your family member in private. Actually, if somebody I knew was involved in making this film, I would be fucking beating them with my Harry Potter freaking, or my freaking Darth Maul lightsaber. Actually, those are expensive. Those would break. I'm going to get a broom and start beating them over the head with this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, exploiting children? Like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. It just baffles me. But yeah, so defending, oh, well, it was seen at a film festival, so nobody had a problem with it there. It's like, well, no shit, because they're all fucking pedophiles. The freaking runner of it. And also, here's the thing, because guess what? I actually watched the film and I did my research on the people that made it. Everyone that's involved in it, because they're all trying to hide behind it. Oh, it's a woman of color that made the movie. It's like, okay, great. Good for her. She's not a good storyteller if her goal was to do a coming of age story, because she did the origin stories of a serial killer. Again, Ami, what does she do? She covets. She covets Angelica. She takes her place. She teaches these little girls how to sexualize themselves. She steals. She does stuff that's wrong. She stabs a little boy in the hand with a pencil. She pushes a little girl into a river, sees that the little girl can't drown, and makes no attempt to help her. She is a psychopath. Everyone is telling her that what she's doing is wrong, and she doesn't listen and she doesn't care, because all she cares about is getting what she wants. Go watch a documentary. Go watch a documentary on Ed Gein, on Ted Bundy, on Jeffrey Dahmer, on the Green Lake Killer. Go watch documentaries on them, and the way that these people are, they're not normal. A psychopath does not think like a normal human being. A psychopath doesn't care that they're breaking the rules. As long as they get what they want, that is all they care about. And that is exactly what Ami does. She doesn't care who she hurts. She doesn't care who she steals from. She doesn't care what rules she breaks, as long as she gets what she wants, which is exactly what happens in this movie. It is a twisted, demented fucking movie. And having little girls do these type of things, having little girls in their little undies or their little shorts and their little, tiny, preteen bras, zooming in to their private parts, having them do very sexual things, is exploiting children. People that don't have a problem with this have something fucking wrong with them and should be investigated by the police, have their hard drives looked at, have, their houses searched for basements and make sure that there's no children in them, because there's nothing in this movie that can justify anything that happens. And you can talk about the horrors of the world and what's going on out there in the world and, human trafficking, especially, the trafficking of children. But then, even then, our own media doesn't even cover it. I remember I was seeing that article that was going around, and the only reason I saw it wasn't because mainstream news articles were going around. It was because people that were on top of this stuff were posting it on Instagram, on Twitter, on how there was 29 missing children that were found in a back of a trailer. And they rescued 29 children that had been missing, and the news were not covering it at all. There's something seriously wrong in our society if, human trafficking and, the saving of these children that were being, kidnapped and, the victims of human trafficking, that wasn't making headlines. But stupid shit like, Picard and fucking Dune, that's making headlines. Really? What the fuck is wrong with people? People defending this movie have either they didn't watch it and they're lying, which is something that I said when I first saw people defending this. It's like, well, it's about this, this, and this. It's like, you haven't watched it. It's like that episode of Friends when Joey gives Chandler his demo and he's like, oh, yeah, let me show this to your boss. And then Rachel tells Chandler, because he's like, well, Joey's really not right for this part. She's like, well, then just tell him that you watched it and you liked it and that your bosses didn't like it. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. And then he tells Joey that, and Joey's like, you didn't watch it. And he's like, yes, I did. He's like, He's like, if you watched it, you would have some shit to fucking say. And then they watch it and he's like, oh my God. It's one of those things. If you watched it, if you didn't watch it, you're trying to BSing about it, everyone that did watch it will call you out on that. But the problem with this movie is, well, it's probably a good problem to have, considering I don't think anyone should be watching this movie because it's a terrible fucking movie, is that all the people that are pretending to watch it and talking about it and defending it, there's not enough of us that have seen it that are, I'm trying to be as loud as I possibly can about it and trying to get the word out there about all the controversy and all of the freaking insanity behind what's going on in this. And I know that my review is very difficult to listen for some people, but anytime this shit is happening, let me know about it and I will try to, do what I can to cover these kinds of topics, because it blows my fucking mind that there's people out there that are defending it and then going, oh, I haven't watched it, but I talked to 2 fucking people. Yeah, well, those 2 fucking people fucking lied. Or they have some seriously fucking wrong with them if they are okay with this movie. And I would love to talk to somebody that thinks that this movie is okay and just prick their brain and ask them like, oh, you thought this movie was okay? Okay, but what about the scene where they're eating gummy bears and basically reenacting, a porn where a woman is giving a man head and then having a little girl making moaning noises while the other one comes up with her mouth full of gummy bears, her mouth open as if it's a cum shot of a fucking porno. You're okay with that? Really? Really, huh? Let me just low-key dial 911 and get an officer to your premise immediately and have them investigate you, and whatever you are doing, have you persecuted to the furthest extent of the law. But anyways, I digress. Let me read some of these super chats. Let me see. I think I saw a super chat come in, so let me try to read it. Yeah, this was not a way I thought I was going to spend my morning, but it is what it is. Let's see. Hugh J. Ball, thank you for the super chat. Why aren't we allowed to just eliminate pedos on site? I think we've come around to your sleep schedule now. Thanks. Well, thank you for the super chat. oh God, Astral Asgardian. Thank you for the super chat. Hi Anna, the Abomination Vision was ripped right out of the Mass Effect trilogy, and it was written much better. I love how you say Jatvash. Thank you. Thank you. The Jatvash. Thank you for the super chat. Michelle Williams, or excuse me. Sorry about that. Michael Williams, thank you for the super chat. I nominate Anna as the new head of the Ministry of Truth. Oh, well, thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Hugh J. Balls, thank you for the super chat. Jesus Christ, Anna. Well, thank you. You said no explicit details. Did I give explicit details? Did I? I don't think I went into it. Oh, well, I did talk about the one thing. Well, I'm just saying it's not a good movie. There's no way to justify it. Me watching it, and I'm a very understanding person. I can be very reasonable about certain things. And the only reason I watched this because I was like, there's no fucking way it can be as bad as everyone's making it out to be, or as, from that that poster. There's no way. But then you watch it and it's like, oh my God, it's fucking worse. And then you look at everything behind it. Again, yeah. Oh, well, it got a lot of people liked it at the film festival. Yeah, because those people are fucking pedophiles. That's why. They're pedophiles. And then you have the guy that was the producer, and his Wikipedia got deleted the day that the movie came out in America, and started getting all this controversy around it, where it said in his Wikipedia about how, let me actually pull it up for you guys. And I looked at it last night because, like I said, I was going to start working on the video. So, and it's in one of my other videos. But so this guy, Zongro, his Wikipedia originally said, as controversial French filmmaker, his controversy comes from his featuring the sexualization of young children. The French filmmaker has dual citizenship, the other nation being Israel, and considers himself a civil rights activist, opening the path for people to be able to love who they love. And so this was deleted the day the movie came out. Later on in the day, once they saw there was a controversy, then it was only just his name and his date of birth, and then the wards. And then yesterday, or last night, I should say, I was on Google and I was trying to, I was trying to do a little bit more research on the film, because Cuties is not the first time they've made this film. They did a short, so the way film festivals work is that you have short film categories, and then you have feature length. So short films, they usually have to be about 15 minutes long, and that includes credits. And so him, Zongro, and then the director, the woman that, this is my sob story, they did a film called Mamans, which is basically the stepping stone for Cuties. This wasn't their first time. They actually had more freaking drafts of this movie than Rian Johnson did for the freaking Star Wars with The Last Jedi. That's how twisted this is. And the fact that they're trying to twist this narrative like, oh, you Americans just don't understand. No, fuck that. I'm a very understanding person, so don't give me that shit. I saw what I saw, and I was disgusted. It would be very different if this was a movie with adults, but they used children to do this. They had little girls do these things. They filmed little girls like this. And again, this wasn't their first time doing it. And then you have the cinematographer who did a film about a little girl that likes to run around naked. And that little girl's like, 12 years old? In the film, she actually had underwear on. Like, she had little undies on. I don't believe she had a top on, though. So has the cinematographer that's already filmed a little girl running around basically naked in her undies. And then you have the producer, who is already controversial. And then you have one of the founders of the Sundance Film Festival that's gotten arrested and is in jail for the molestation of a little girl. And all of these people are involved in this movie. Don't even try for one fucking second to give me this stupid narrative that the media is trying to put out there, that people like John Campea are trying to put out there, because it's a fucking lie. Don't try to lecture, me and try to judge me on the type of person that I am on a movie that you didn't fucking watch and say, oh, well, you didn't like it because you're a right-wing Trump supporter and you like the child beauty pageants and you're a Bible belter. It's like, I'm none of those things. I could care less about politics. Couldn't give two shits about it. Just keep it out of my fucking entertainment. That's it. You know, it's like, you can do what you want at your house. Keep that shit out of my house. I don't want it here. I want to sit in my little hobbit hole, paint my little pictures, draw my little drawings, and watch Star Wars and Star Trek without any of this bullshit in it. And it's like, also, do you not realize that if you want a movie to be universally loved, leave the politics of your country out of it? Because somebody on the other side of the world, like some kid that's going to watch Star Wars in Madagascar, they don't care who the president is of the United States. They want to see Luke Skywalker be a Jedi with the fucking lightsaber. They don't care that Orange Man is bad. They don't care that whatever person that's in charge of your country is doing whatever the fuck they're doing in your country. They don't care. They don't fucking care. They just want to watch Spock be Spock, Captain Kirk be Captain Kirk, Captain Picard be Captain Picard, Han Solo be fucking Han Solo, Luke fucking Skywalker be Luke fucking Skywalker. Leave your bullshit politics out of it. Now, when it's the politics of the actual universe that's been established, like all of the laws within Star Trek, like all of the laws within Star Wars, that's when it makes sense. That's when it's okay. When it's the laws of its own universe. But when you bring reality into it, and just do it because, oh, this is what's trending in pop culture right now, let's insert that into our media, nobody fucking likes it, and it's going to be outdated in a few years. It's not going to stand the test of time. So it's fucking bullshit that they're doing that now. It's fucking bullshit that they're trying to normalize the promotional pedophilia that they're putting in this movie, that they are 100% okay with exploiting all of these little girls. It's not okay, and anyone trying to justify it has something seriously fucking wrong with them. If these people actually watched the movie like they claimed, I'd be really interested to see or to hear their justifications for certain things, and I will 100% have a one-on-one with them and say, how did you feel about this scene? Really? What about this specific part in the movie? Did you watch it? Did you fucking watch it? Because I guarantee you didn't. And I sincerely hope that a person defending this movie is lying and that they haven't seen it. And then once they watch it and they see what is actually in it, then they can be like, oh shit, I can't believe I was fucking defending this movie. It blows my mind. Oh my goodness. My throat is dry. Oh, but thank you for the claps in the chat. What do you guys think? I'm just flabbergasted by this entire situation, and I don't understand how this is. I don't understand how this is the norm. Like, never in my life growing up did I think people would be trying to normalize pedophilia, that people would be trying to justifying the exploitation of children. Like, okay, yeah, it's 2020. We got COVID. Everyone's wearing masks. Okay, weirder things have happened. I remember Back to the Future, and they said we're all going to be wearing our pants inside out with our pockets out. It's like, okay, so there's some new kind of fashion trend, whatever. You know, it's one of those things that it's like, all right, shit's going on in the world. But the one thing that's been a universal is pedophilia is wrong. Exploiting children is wrong. It's human nature to try to defend the innocent. And so people being okay with this truly baffles me and blows my mind. But anyways, let's see. They're trying to normalize it because they can't hide in the dark anymore. And I've heard that. I've heard after everything that happened with Epstein Island and everyone that was involved in it, and I've seen, like, it was an accident. It's just, you know, sometimes things pop up on your news feed. And I saw, I didn't know who the person was, but I guess it's somebody famous, or I don't know if it was a celebrity or somebody in politics or some like CEO, but it was some full-grown man, at least in his 60s, kissing a little girl like on the mouth, and it was very apparent that it wasn't his daughter, and it said, this is so and so on Epstein Island. And so, I mean, I'm all for a good conspiracy theory, but it's scary when a conspiracy theory starts to become more and more, it's hitting way too close to home for my comfort on the fact that all of this stuff is going to come out on Epstein Island, and you finding out that all of these people are actually pedophiles, so they're trying to normalize it in the media. The fact that they're trying to have, a pedophile be a sexuality, that just blows my fucking mind. And how? No, that's not a sexuality. If you want to be pansexual, good for you. If you want to be gay, good for you. I'm not going to judge you on who you love and who you want to sleep with. It's honestly none of my business. The only thing that matters to me is who I'm sleeping with. And if that person's not sleeping with anyone else, and I got peaches, love my boyfriend to fucking death. He's the best guy in the entire world, aside from my dad. And, I don't have to worry about that anymore. When I was, younger and dating, that was my only concern on who I was going to be sleeping with and who they were sleeping with, so I didn't get any disease and they weren't cheating on me or anything like that. That's the only time it's ever mattered to me. I don't care who anyone's sleeping with. I genuinely do not care. As long as you're happy, as long as it's not a fucking kid, and whatever you're doing is consensual, that's it. As long as, if my friends are happy, good for them. I don't care who they love. You go do you. I'm going to go do me. And that's it. That's all that matters. So the whole idea of trying to normalize this, and I don't know anyone in my real life that would be okay with this kind of stuff. And when I rarely go on Facebook, but I went onto Facebook the other day because I wanted to check Facebook Marketplace because it's actually really nice to find cool Star Wars stuff. But so I was on Facebook and I saw somebody, a normie friend of mine that, doesn't watch, Star Wars, doesn't watch Star Trek, doesn't pay attention to anything in entertainment. It's like, oh yeah, it's movies and TVs, whatever. And I saw like normie people that I know that I haven't talked to in years talking about this movie and how they're like, what the fuck? How did this get greenlit? And so I commented, I was like, yeah, it's actually worse. And seeing, so many people getting upset by this, but then the mainstream media and then the people that are shills for the mainstream media, they're all okay with it. There is something seriously fucking wrong with that picture. Seriously fucking wrong. And I don't know how to make odds and ends about it. I really don't know. Aside from anytime I see it, try to bring light to it and try to say, yeah, this isn't fucking okay. And my channel got started because I was so upset by watching what they did to Luke Skywalker. And that was a fictional character that I just grew up loving because, when I watched Star Wars for the first time and I saw Luke Skywalker looking out of the binary sunset, and I was like, I was 2.5 years old, but I'm like, I've never been able to connect with a human being because it was probably because I was 2.5 years old. But in that moment, Luke staring off at the binary sunset, I'm like, I know exactly what he's feeling in this moment. I grew up on a farm. And yeah, I was 2.5 years old, but it's like, I know what it's like to be in that situation where it's like, yeah, there's so much out there in the world and you're in this one place and there's nothing you can do about it but hope for the future. And so when I saw what they did to him in The Last Jedi, my blood was fucking boiling, and my channel's here because of how I felt and, me talking about that. And that was just defending, a character that I loved all my life. And so that is very different than somebody making a movie to push a narrative to normalize something that is fundamentally wrong on every level of humanity. And I don't know. I don't know how, people can be okay with this. My mind is completely blown by this. And, no, I'm not, you can't blame an entire group of people because I see somebody saying in there, blame the French. No. I had a French foreign exchange student when I was in high school. She was one of the nicest people. I have so many friends that are from France, and they're normal people. They would be disgusted by this as well. It's not a French person's fault in any way, shape, or form. That's like blaming everyone in Germany for what happened back in the 1940s or even before that in World War I. It's not just because they're from the same country doesn't mean it's their fault because they have a few psychopaths that got into positions of power or got into positions where they can, use their clout in media to try to do these type of things and to try to push these narratives to try to normalize something that is fundamentally wrong. It's not the French's fault. And so that is not an excuse. Metal Gear Amanda, thank you for the super chat. The media carries water for the people who support Cuties in Hollywood. Thanks for using your voice to speak against this garbage. Keep playing awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And let me see if there's any more that I missed while I was on my little rant. Let's see. Big Pot Nerd, thank you for the super chat. Hollywood has been full of sickos and pedos for decades. So much go on behind the scenes. Now they're trying to make it mainstream. Hollywood is sick. Yeah, and I've never seen Eyes Wide Shut, but I remember, I think my friends were talking about it and how, that was Stanley Kubrick's last film, and it's because that was like him exposing what actually goes on in Hollywood. I haven't watched it because I was told it's about like weird, sexy time with masks and like a secret society, and I was like, that doesn't sound like anything I'm interested in. So I never watched it, but as an adult, the more and more I see about these things, it's the most bizarre thing. It's like, am I living in some weird kind of science fiction movie where, yeah, okay, we're all stuck wearing masks because there's this, plague that's going out and wiping out humanity, and like in Back to the Future too, where everyone wears their pockets on the out, or everyone wears their pants on the inside out, so we have to wear masks. So it's like, well, we don't have hoverboards, but we got masks and we got people trying to normalize pedophilia. It blows my mind. And every single day it's like, Orwell, 1984, not that far off. Fahrenheit 451, not that far off, which is scary. It's very, very scary. Let's see. I don't think I don't know what else I can say about this. Oh yeah, the critic scores. Yeah, all of those critic scores. I mean, we can actually. I haven't looked at Rotten Tomatoes because they're just a trash site now. Let's go take a look at that, and then I think I'm probably gonna end the stream. I wasn't planning on going too long. I know it's early for everyone. Let's see. Let's look at Cuties on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but I did do 2 videos on Cuties here in my channel. One is a little bit more explicit and descriptive. The second one I did, so the more recent one, that one was when I'm just giving information. It was the first time I've ever done like a video essay format, even though I didn't write an essay, I was just talking. And so that one, I'm not on camera. I'm just using images and I'm just explaining what's going on and who is involved in this movie. And I do reference the Rotten Tomatoes scores and just how this is, being praised by the media. So let's look. So here's Cuties. So I'm actually surprised it got that high. 85%. See score details. So, oh God. A 1.2 rating. Oh, you guys can't even see it because it's not big enough. Yeah. A 6.98 out of 10. From 62 people. Only 9 of those 62 people said this movie was bad. Only 9. If anyone is a police officer or a detective, I would highly recommend investigating these 53 people. You might find some stuff. they froze the score. I didn't know that. Let's see. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Why am I not surprised at all? Oh God, how do I see the reviews on here? Let me zoom out again. How the hell do I see? See, I barely know how to use this site. Okay, so here we go. It all hangs together, and the good faith with which it presented to the audience is clear enough. Bullshit. No. I don't think this person watched it. With Cuties, Doctorate announces herself as a director with keen visual style who is unafraid to explore the cultural and social tensions. I don't think she watched it. Cuties dramatizes what people of color and immigrants endure as a result of isolation and ghettoization, of not being represented culturally and politically, and of not being represented in French national mythology. What the fuck? This person did not watch the movie. Let me tell you right now, Cuties dramatizes what people of color and immigrants endure as a result of isolation and ghettoization. Fucking bullshit. They have a community. And there's other black girls in the movie. It has not, and there's Angelica Angelica is French. She's white. And she lives in the same apartment complex as Ami. So don't even give me that shit. This person did not watch the movie. This is one of those people that's like, I am an autist and I'm going to talk about, the psychology of this dot on the wall that is art, or this banana that's taped to the wall, and this is called modern art. And let me get down into the deep psyche of this, and that. It's like, yeah, you have a stick up your ass and you're completely full of shit. That's what this tells me about Richard Brody. I don't think this person watched it. They looked at images. Because this is what, again, all you have to do, like for me, somebody that actually watched this movie, all I have to do is read this and just go, yeah, you didn't watch it. You obviously didn't watch it because what you're talking about doesn't make any sense. And if you watch the movie, you would know how the statements you're making contradict these things that you were trying to proclaim to the world. So far, Peter and Richard didn't watch it, or Monica. Let's see what Justin says. What the hell? Is this person's last name? Yosef darts through the picture with vigor. Oh my God. So that's the cinematographer. So then this person is talking about this person darts through the picture, so the little girl's vagina and ass, with a vigor. He's praising that. He's praising the exploitation of children. Everyone, that Justin Chang from the Los Angeles Times. Unpredictably, an emotional openness that reminded me of nothing so much as the Dandrine brothers' caution-defying young protagonists. I don't even know what to say. I really hope that this guy didn't watch the movie and he just has to say something for his editor because he had a quote to make. I'm losing faith in humanity, but I think this is the only thing that's going to keep me from going fucking insane. Cuties certainly deserves to be seen. No, it doesn't. But it's also delicate work that strikes very careful balance in its portrait of the world. No, it doesn't. It's the making of a serial killer. It's not a portrait of the world. Everyone in the movie is against Ami once they find out that she's fucking psycho. Everyone. And the mom at the end is just completely resigned to her life and her lot in life. I didn't watch the movie. Okay, so this person, David, from the Hollywood Reporter, is the first one that marked it rotten. The elements are put in place, but Doctre doesn't quite thread those strands into a satisfying conclusion. I don't even know what to make of that. What the fuck did you want? Let's see. Pignant drama is candid about tween sexuality language. I don't even want to talk about that one. Director MD has made a clear-eyed and nuanced film about the raging desire of a child to fit in and the poor decision they can make that blow up in their faces. No, it's not about a little girl fitting in. It's about a little girl being seen and becoming popular and becoming what she wants, which was what Angelica had. It's about a little girl that covets another little girl, that stalks her, that obsesses over her, that obsesses over, being the queen bee in a way. And so she wants that position and she will stop at absolutely nothing. She doesn't care who she hurts. She doesn't care how wrong it is, the things that she does, because in her mind, it's not wrong as long as she gets what she wants. She doesn't care about sexualizing herself or about sexualizing the little girls as long as it gets more eyes on her. She wants that. She wants that audience. She is a psychopath. A fucking psychopath. Go watch the documentary about Ted Bundy, about Jeffrey Dahmer. They wanted an audience at the end. Go watch even movies about serial killers and the way that they do certain things. And, just sometimes they just get bored. And so they start messing with the police and they start messing with the media because they like it. And that's one, again, my favorite movie, Silence of the Lambs. They say, don't do this. Don't let this story get out there because the person that's murdering people gets a kick out of it. They're watching it. They're seeing how they're being painted in the media. They like that. Nobody knows them. And it's kind of like it, even with people that are arsonists. They go out and they start a fire and then they watch the news and they get off on it because they're like, oh yeah, I caused that fire. I caused all those people to go off there. It's on the news because of me. It's a serious psychological condition. Ami is a psychopath. She has all of the characteristics of it. And when you go and watch things about, people that actually do get caught, and it's like, oh, what was Jeffrey Dahmer doing? He was, going around and collecting roadkill and looking at the insides and, killing animals so that way they could, experiment on them. And it's just, there's things that you see when they're a kid. And of course, no parent wants to admit or, wants to face the reality. It's like, oh no, my kid just doesn't know any better. Ami 100% knows better. She knows everything that she's doing is wrong. She knows stealing a phone from her cousin, trying to seduce him by stripping for him. And then when he gets upset because everything she's doing is wrong and she gets upset at him, like he's the bad guy, even though he did nothing wrong. She's the one that stole the phone. She's the one that tried to seduce her adult male cousin so she could keep the phone so she can continue stalking Angelica on Instagram. And so what does she do? She goes into the bathroom and takes a picture of her vagina and posts it on Instagram. And then when kids are calling her out on it and they're all telling her that she's wrong, she gets upset at them like they're the ones that are crazy. She stabs a little boy in the hand with a pencil because she doesn't like that he's calling her out on her bullshit in front of everyone. She pushes Yasmin into the river and doesn't even seem the tiniest bit remorseful that Yasmin can't swim and that she's going to drown. Not remorseful, doesn't even think about getting help. She just stands there and watches. When her mother faints, she's frustrated that she has to look down at her from her cereal and from her dinner because it bothers her. It's like, oh, how inconvenient, my mother fainted. She has no remorse for anything. There is something not right about that girl, and it's because she's a fucking psychopath. So it's not about a child fitting in. It's about a little girl getting what she wants and stopping at nothing to get what she wants. If their attempt was to try to tell a story about a little girl trying to fit in, they failed miserably. Let's see. Fascinating story. No, it's not. In which two superb performances stand out. Fatina Yosef and full review in Spanish. Okay. Technically, this raw, unfiltered film strings together a plot that really does not make sense. Oh, there you go. This person watched it. The film becomes what it tries to defeat. There you go. Do I think Cuties was made for pedophiles? No, I think it was made for parents and society, but in an enormous way, it missed the mark. Okay, so these three women watched the movie. These three women watched it. Oh my goodness. So that was just those ones right up there. Let me see if there's any more super chats, but God, I don't really want to talk about this anymore. Let's see. Let's see if there's any super chats so I can let's see. Michael Williamson for super chat. Anna for president. Well, thank you. I have no desire to be president. That is not something I'd ever wish upon anyone, actually. Metal Gear Mando, thank you for the super chat. The media carries water for the people who support Cuties in Hollywood. Thanks for using your voice to speak against the garbage. Keep being awesome. Well, thank you. And how much you want to bet John Campea won't say anything? I was actually surprised that his Twitter is back up, because I remember he said something about Gone with the Wind, and then he deactivated his Twitter. So I saw that it was back up and I was like, whoa, I wonder why. And then he's posting about stuff, but I guarantee you it's not it's just going to be the same old song and dance that we've seen forever. But how's everyone doing in the chat? I'll pull it up here so I can see the live chat right now, because I had it on a slower replay from the studio. It's always lagging. Let's see, but how is everyone doing? This was pretty big headache for me. Pretty Baby was a disturbing movie about 12 years old prostitute in the 70s. It was an award-winning film. I have never seen it. Can we not talk about it anymore? I would love that. But people are still trying to bring it up, and people are still trying to justify it, which I will not stand for, and I will not stand by and let people do that and try to justify the exploitation and the sexualization of children. Let's see. Paid day off work today, so I'm good. Hope you are well. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you're well too. But everyone is doing well. Switch to something you're happy about. What am I happy about? Oh, what is something I can talk about? I got my new intro done. For those of you that came in late, you guys want to see it? I made an intro for my videos now. I'm gonna play it. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
So that's my new intro that I made. I'm very proud of myself. I'm gonna put where the Death Star is at the end. I need to like edit in like an evil looking Disney Mickey, and then I need to, where it says join the channel, I need to put like become a member, and then have like join the channel a little bit after it. So I still got some editing to do, but I did it. That'll be my new intro for the channel once it's complete and done. So every time I do a video, that's going to be the beginning of it. Hope you guys like it. Let's see. What was it? Oh, you guys didn't know. I guess I can talk about a few things before I end the stream. Where is this damn thing? I don't know where any of my tabs are anymore. I had everything open. It was going to be good. It's going to be all right up here, ready to go. Here it is. Oh, that's why it's got John Campea's face on it. Oh, here we go. So, if you guys aren't aware, I have the secondary channel, which is where this stream is going to be re-uploaded to. The link for this channel is in the description of this video. So this is where I have my full Cuties review. If you haven't watched it, I don't blame you. But if you want to know what is actually in this movie without watching it, I don't show any visuals. I just give a very detailed description, scene by scene. That's what this is. And if you ever get into an argument with somebody on Twitter or on social media and they're like, this, and this happens in the film, send them this link and just say, watch this. Here you go. It's in there. But yeah, I'm going to have to go through. I really don't want to, but I need to go through and create timestamps for certain scenes where I start talking about them. So that way it's easier for people to index and define things if they really want to know what happened. But so that's there. And then I also have this new art channel. So this is where I'm going to be uploading all of my art videos. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm really, really close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be posting my first video on October 1st because there is this art challenge known as Inktober. So for artists out there, it's like this drawing challenge where you do a drawing every day in the month of October in ink. And so I'm going to be participating in that. So please go over and subscribe. It costs nothing to, for whatever reason, it shows that I'm logged into that account. Let me update it real fast. Here we go. So it takes nothing to click the subscribe button and then to ring the bell. And if you do, that would be awesome. And then I could get up to 1,000 subscribers. And then it'll be like only a matter of time before my this channel gets monetized. So that would be awesome. Really, really awesome. I'm planning on doing because I have my live channel, I have this channel, which is my main channel. And then for this one, I would like to do more of like my art streams on there. So there's a couple of people that I know that I'm going to reach out to that are artists that I think would be fun to like just talk with, and then like maybe do drawing streams where we also talk about stuff. Like when I did all of those redesigns for New Warriors, this would be where I would keep those videos, or this is where I would be doing those streams from now on. So if you guys are interested in that in any way, please check this out and consider subscribing. I think that the link is there we go. I think it's in there. You need many watch hours to monetize it. That's what streams are for. So if you guys ever want to like get a channel and get it monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and then you have to have a certain amount of watch hours. So if I just did a 4-hour live stream and I just said, hey everyone, I'm going live, and I just posted it on my Twitter, because YouTube actually doesn't send out notifications to my subscribers. What happens is, and I can go see in my analytics where all of my viewers are coming from. And guess what? They're all coming from Facebook and from Twitter. So if I just post the link in my Twitter and my YouTube, or excuse me, in my YouTube like channel, my little community tab, and then on my Facebook, and then on my Discord, I think it would probably have about the same viewership as, one of these live streams has. So I think it would only take a few streams to get the watch hours up there to get monetized, because my live channel actually didn't, it took like a month for me to have it, for it to get monetized, which was nothing compared to this channel. I had to wait like 6 months to get this channel monetized. And I don't think I got monetized until I had, I think, at least almost 10,000 subscribers on this channel before it got monetized. So it was ridiculous. But with these newer channels, ever since YouTube's updated it, they go through the system a lot faster as compared to if you have a channel that was created before. So it's different. I'm optimistic about it because I have a lot of painting videos lined up. I'm going to be revamping all of my art videos that are from my main channels. Let me go back to where's my main channel? This is, here we go. So I have, so these are all my art videos. So I'm revamping all of these videos. And so those are all going to be re-uploaded onto this channel. And so they're going to be shorter, and they're all going to be combined. So it's not going to be any of those 2-parter videos. So when I post my R2 painting video, it's going to be one video. When I post my Thanos drawing video, it's going to be one video. All of Inktober, actually, I think they're going to be less than 5 minutes long. So it's going to be like an art time-lapse video. So all of that is going to be on this channel. And I'm really optimistic about it because I always have very positive feedback on all of my art content, but this main channel that I'm on, it just hates absolutely hates it when I do that. And I'm like, but it's got positive feedback. I don't understand. But the algorithm's like, no, fuck you. So I figured I'll just do a separate channel for all of that. So if you guys aren't subscribed, it costs absolutely nothing to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. If you guys are interested, let's do an update if anyone did. Hey, thank you guys. I am only 8 subscribers away from 700 subscribers. That's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate it. And there's the link for this art channel if you haven't gone over there and subscribed already. I added your channel, and oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. Whatchamacallit? I'm so excited to get this up and running and to get videos up there. And I already have, you know, a lot of them edited and ready to go. I'm just going to wait until after Inktober is done because I want it to be nice and organized. So once Inktober is done and everything's like, you know, 31 days of drawings, and I'll be posting a video every single day in October. And I'm really excited. I'm so excited for everyone to see it. And then I'm excited for you guys to see my HK painting video, my R2 painting video, because that painting is almost done. And if you're following me on Twitter, you've been seeing those updates, or on my art Instagram, which by the way, I have. So if you guys want to watch, actually this one is, it's all the parts combined. So if you guys haven't, this is my art, my art Instagram. So if you guys want to watch me paint art too, we can do that right now. So this is the kind of stuff that's going to be up on my art channel. It's going to have music and it's going to be edited a bit differently. Usually what I do is I zoom into the part that I'm painting. But with this, it's like, let's just look at the entire thing at once while I'm doing it. And this is just the parts that I've had, that I filmed and that I've had edited. But so this kind of stuff is going to be on there. So if you like this kind of stuff, go subscribe to my art channel, and you can see it in the future and all the other things that I'm going to be creating in the future. But so yeah, I hope you guys like it. Let's see if there's been an update on here. Yay! Thank you so much. I passed 700 subscribers. I really appreciate that, guys. You are all too kind. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here in the chat. I know it's early. Well, it's early for me. It's after 8 in the morning. Wow, I started like right after 6. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for, you know, people watching my Last Jedi review and then saying like, hey, I wish you would do more videos. And so I was like, oh, really? You guys care? Everyone always tells me, Anna, shut up. We don't care about Star Wars. And it's like, oh, but I need to talk to somebody about it. So it's like I found my people. So my channels and like me doing this, it wouldn't be possible without all of you constantly being here to support me. So I really, really appreciate it. I think I saw one more super chat come in, so let me pull that up. They're not popping up on my StreamYards for whatever reason, so I have to look at it on this other screen. I apologize for not highlighting them. Little Poet Boy, thank you for the super chat. Smile Line Money, just saying. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nefarious Technology, thank you for the super chat. Have you thought about doing voice recording on novels? Your reading voice has become so soothing to listen to. I think your inflection. I think with your inflections, you'd rock. Well, thank you. I could never do that because I have severe dyslexia. And so I tell everyone, I'm like, because somebody's like, oh, you're reading from a script. I'm like, have you ever heard me try to read out loud? Like, I can read it in my head, but that's because I read it over and over again. But when I know something is off, and so I'm a fast reader, but it just takes me longer because I'm constantly having to reread what I read in my head because I know that something's off. But so I could never do something like that because, well, first off, I hate my voice. Second off, the severe dyslexia does not do me any favors there. So that would be a very difficult process for me. But I appreciate the thought that somebody would actually, be interested in that. So thank you. Thank you. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I am going to be re-uploading this to my secondary channel, which is That Star Wars Girl Live. The link for it is in the description of this video. And yeah, I think that's it. So everyone, Michael Williams, same issue, but Anna, if you put Gina Carano artwork on Etsy, I I would buy that. Well, thank you. I actually am working on a Gina Carano painting. It's in the works. I have it all sketched up. I just have to, because what I do is I sketch it out on my computer first, so that way I can like tweak it all out and look at every angle and like practice with lighting before I paint it. That way I have something to reference. And then I do a grid on my canvas, and then I sketch it out. And then once it's all sketched and done, and all the things that need to be erased are erased, then I start painting. So there is going to be a Gina Carano one. And I really hope she likes it. I will not be posting it on my main Twitter or on my main anything, because I have my little crush on Henry Cavill, because he is just a beautiful piece of, oh my goodness, that man is perfect. And he's her ex-boyfriend, so I don't want to cause any bad memories or anything, any bad juju. But I think she's a great person, even though she is not on Team Candy Corn. And I'm excited to paint her, actually. I'm really excited. And I'm really excited to show everyone it. So I think I'm all cut up. Let's see. I think I am. Let me update this. But yeah, so this is going to be uploaded onto my secondary channel, that's Star Wars Girl Live. And everyone, thank you so much for being here. Tell me, I haven't done this in a while. Everyone in the chat, where are you watching from? Tell me where you're watching from, and I will read as many out before I end the stream. I'll give it a minute to update the chat. Where is everybody watching from? Anna loves that man ass. Not even kidding. I went through and I'm like, John draws man ass like no one else. And I was like, what books has John drawn? that was a very strange sentence. He drew like Cable #2, like the book, and it's a big graphic novel. I think it is. At least that's the way I got it, because I got the digital version. I'm not even lying. I went through the other night every single page to look for the man ass, and I got it, and it's going to be a very funny Twitter post in a day or so. So let me read where everyone is watching from. British Columbia, Indiana, Alberta, Canada, Wyoming, Chicago, Louisiana, Australia, California, Cornwall, UK, Georgia, France. Oh, there you go. Somebody from France. Chicago, Houston, Dominican Republic, Australia, New Zealand, North Dakota, Puerto Rico, Tirade, WI, Malta, Brno, Czech Republic, Saudi Arabia, New Jersey, space, the Washington, Mexico, a spa, Iowa, New Krypton, your basement. Oh no, I don't have a basement. Oh, that's not good. Georgia, let's see, Ireland, Japan, Barcelona, Spain, Cecil's basement, Germany. So you're right next to Cecil. Asgard. Buffalo Bill's dungeon. Oh no, Chicago, New York. Let's see. I'm waiting for it to update. Your attic, Jesus Anna, the Netherlands, Spider-Man, USA, South Africa, watching from California, Mount Doom, the person from Asgard, nice, not Europe, the Eye of Terror. And that is all. Oh my God. No, I'm not reading that one. South Africa. All of the endings. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, have a great rest of your night, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone.
I'll tell you where I thought I came in the forest, when the lightsaber goes like this and flies off. I said, oh, what a great entrance. Ah! Ray caught it? She hasn't even been to Dagobah for training.